It's all about the work. It's all about the work. It's all about the grind. It's about the grind. It's about the movement. I can't take time to do that. I can't take time to do that. I can't do it. What's up? How you doing? Welcome back to A Moment of Clarity with yours truly, Aaron Thomason. I'm super excited that you're with me, but here's what I want to know. Did you give this to 3 people? Did you bring somebody with you? Did you put the big fella to work? All right, let's jump into this thing, all right? Because I want you to remember, here on A Moment of Clarity, it is all about helping overthinkers and perfectionists take the next step in the direction of their goals, ending the cycle of frustration and self-doubt with clarity and confidence, all right? So here's what I want us to talk about. I want us to jump in and talk about progress. But before we get into talking about progress, I want you to think about this. Did anybody play video games? I know I did. I'm old enough to remember the first Nintendo. You know, we got Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers, but the game that you wanted to play was Super Mario Brothers. Yep, Luigi and Mario, the green guy and the red guy. You know, getting your mushrooms, getting big, and your fire, and jumping on this and that, and jumping through tubes and skipping through boards and everything else. Why the heck am I talking about video games? I'm talking about video games because the one thing that we knew on Super Mario Brothers is we knew that it had 8 worlds, so 8 boards, and we knew that with each board, each little sub-world, in the main worlds, we knew we were getting closer to beating the game, to finishing the game, to accomplishing and being victorious. So we could check our progress. Okay, got through board number 1. Okay, got through board number 2. Okay, on this board number 2, if I jump through that, then I can get to board number 5 quick. Okay, and I do that, I can skip through 6 and 7 and go straight to board number 8, right? We knew all the little tricks and the things that were around in the game so we could get ourselves as quickly as possible and be encouraged to board number 8 and ultimately beat the game, all right? That's what I want to talk about progress. A lot of us have come close to, or you've had moments in your life where you've burned out because you didn't check in on your progress. You actually felt like you were just working and you were just working and just working and just working. And because you didn't really see your progress and didn't know how far you had come or couldn't see how close you were getting, you either gave up, you burned out. And so what I want to talk about are 3 reasons why you actually need to check in on your progress. I need 3 reasons why you need to check in on your progress. Number 1, when you check in on your progress, it gives you an opportunity to be able to be accountable and to stay on track. Think about that. It holds you accountable and it allows for you to stay on track. So if you said that you were getting ready to lose weight, what does that do for you? And you have a deadline. You can actually see if you're ahead of schedule, if you're behind schedule, because if you're ahead of schedule, that means just keep doing what you're doing. If you're behind schedule on the pounds that you need to drop, maybe you need to tweak your eating plan. Maybe you need to work out a little bit more. Maybe you need to analyze what you did before. But by checking in on your progress, it keeps you accountable and on the right track to be able to do that. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2 that you want to be able to check in on your progress is because it keeps you motivated. Listen, a lot of us have started out on journeys towards our goals, and we actually lose motivation because we don't know where we are. Have you ever been driving and you fooled around and your GPS went out and you don't really know where you're going? You're in an unfamiliar space. Nothing is more frustrating than not knowing where you are. And you kind of lose a little bit of momentum when you don't know where you are. That's what checking in on your progress is. It's about staying motivated and knowing that I'm closer than I ever have been. Okay, let's just review the first 2. Number 1, it holds you accountable and it keeps you on track. Number 2, it allows for you to stay motivated so you can keep going. Number 3, it allows for you to feel accomplished. It allows for you to feel accomplished. Because when you check in on your progress, here's what it's gonna do. It's gonna be able to show you that I'm not where I need to be, but I ain't where I used to be. I'm gonna say that again. Is that when you check in and you have this level of accomplishment because you realize that you ain't where you need to be, right? Which is accomplishing the goal, but you ain't where you used to be. And that part is exciting. That part is exciting, to be able to see that I've made progress, that I'm not as close to the starting line as I once was. Now I'm not as far away from the finish line as I thought I would be. Again, it is that space that keeps you motivated. It holds you accountable, and it allows for you to feel accomplished. And here's a bonus. All of the things that we've been talking about is all about self-reflection. Because when you begin to take time back from the grind and the movement and the progress of the goal, and just do some self-reflection, you get a chance to be able to tweak what you need to, but have those feelings that we talked about. Be accountable, stay on track, be motivated about where you're going, and ultimately feel accomplished about what you've already done. But if you don't take the time to take the step back and to be self-reflective, to be, introspective, and to kind of say, hey, where am I? Hey, kind of what have I done? And kind of look at it through an objective and sober lens, you will do what? Ultimately burn out. Many of us have done that because we don't take the time to think, because we think it's all about the work. It's all about the work. It's all about the grind. It's about the grind. It's about the movement. I can't take time to do that. I can't take time to do that. I can't do it. Yes, you can, because it's vital to your success. Yes, you can. Take time to check in on your progress and to do some self-reflection, because it is vital. It is one of the key pieces to you accomplishing what you see in your mind for it to be the reality of your life. So without self-reflection, you actually lose motivation because you don't know where you're at. Without self-reflection, you don't even know if you're on the right track, and you can't hold yourself accountable. Without self-reflection, you actually don't understand your accomplishment that you've made. Here's what I want you to keep in mind. 3 reasons. 1, hold yourself accountable. Make sure you stay on track. 2, make sure you stay motivated, because you get a chance to see your progress. And 3, accomplish. Understanding what you've accomplished, that where you are isn't where you're going, but it's better than where you've been. Here's all I want you to be able to do for me. I want you now to just, as you wrote down everything in which you've already done this year, I want you to write it all down. Write down everything that you've accomplished. I want to hear about all the good stuff. And then in the comments, all I want you to do is say, Aaron, I had a good year, I had a bad year. That's it. I want you to write all the things down that you accomplished. Because if you write down all the things you accomplished, not all the things that you did not accomplish, but all the things that you accomplished, I'll get in my comments, I had a good year. And do me a favor in the midst of that, I want you to give this to 3 people. Let them know they need to actually reflect on their year about all the things that they accomplished as well. And here's the last thing I want you to think about. Just because you started out on this journey to get better doesn't mean that you weren't already good. So until next time, I'll see you then.